Now, Christ, when does Christ come? Well, we've talked about this before. The Bible says that he comes in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius. Now, if I look here that's in Luke 3, it says in the 15th year of the reign of Tiberius Caesar. That says talks about when Pontius Pilate and Herod and all the people who were leading at that time. So it barely gives you a really clear indication of when that was. It was the 15th year. And you go down here and it says, then Jesus was baptized. It says, now Jesus himself was about 30 years old when he began his ministry. Now, what's interesting about this, it says about 30 years old, and they really put a word in there, about. And I want to show you that word here because it could mean that he was actually 29, which would kind of help explain the 3.5 years that he would be 33. Now, there may be different aspects of his ministry where he was 29 versus 30. Now, I like the 30 because it goes along with David, goes along with Adam, but it could be that there was sort of a precursor time, when he goes in the desert and so forth, baptism goes in the desert, and then when he finally starts his ministry, it's his birthday, September, when he comes back for Yom Kippur. Then he actually starts his ministry and goes into the temple and reads from Isaiah, and he's actually 30. So it could be he even started on his birthday or roughly thereabout. But here's that word about. It says nearly, or in numerals, before numerals, about or nearly. So he was about 30. I think it's interesting that it's actually 26 AD because 26 is God's number. We know both in Hebrew and English, God and Yod-Heh-Vav-Heh both equal 26 in Gematria. And that he was about 30. I found that kind of interesting because 29, 9 is like 6 upside down. So there's a bit of a chiasmus going on there. But it could be that he was, like I said, baptized, went in the desert and so forth, and then began in the temple, his actual preaching time. That was sort of his prep time. And then the preaching and so forth ministry began at 30.